What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, back at it with another video. But this video is a set analysis. I'm going to break down an online set that I had with a person. It was a first to 10. I just had this probably a few hours ago, and I thought I could break it down and share some nuggets of wisdom with you guys. Yeah. So for one, you can tell that this is not on PC. I had to record this on my PS5 because these match replays do not work on PC for whatever reason. I've tried this on several of my computers. When I go and try to download my own replay, the game crashes. So NRS, if you're out there listening, please fix this match replay functionality on PC, please. I'd like to view my replays if you would. That'd be very nice. I shouldn't have to go to my console to look at my own replays. But anyway, so now that's out of the way, I can talk about this opponent. So, full disclosure, this person beat me in a first to 2 in Combat League. And so, he thought that he would smoke me in the friendly rematch. He was using Peacemaker, and I was using Sub-Zero and Serena. And he wasn't doing anything that I hadn't seen before. I just kept getting caught with dumb things because I was trying to learn the dude's style. And wisdom nugget number 1 is, don't think that because you beat somebody in Combat League that you're better than them. Combat League started off as a first to 3 contest, and I think that's how it should have stayed. Ooh, that was a good convert. Because when you get a first out of 3, better players have a chance to adapt and reverse 3-0 their opponents. And I did that on multiple occasions back when the game was first to 3. Not to mention first to 3 is the standard tournament format. You go to any large tournament for this game, players play in a first to 3 set. They don't do first to 2. So why Combat League is first to 2, I don't know. But anyway, so this opponent, they tried to do what they did, you know what I'm saying? I think he didn't take me very seriously. I think he downplayed me because he was able to win in the Combat League set. This leads me to nugget of wisdom number 2. Never underestimate your opponent. Ever. Don't do it. Even if you just beat them with one character, that might be their tertiary main character. They might be learning that character. It does not mean that you're better than them. It doesn't mean that you need to take them lightly. Because when you take someone lightly, someone like me in particular, that's a license to whoop your ass. So dude was taking me lightly, and I had to humble him. This leads me to nugget of wisdom number 3. Refrain from brutalitying people, excuse me. Refrain from that as much as you can. Just fight the fucking matches. Don't do no brutalities. Don't do no fatalities unless someone was an asshole. Just fight the matches, man. Because what happens is, with somebody like me, when you do a brutality on me and a teabag, that incentivizes me to whoop your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't get flustered by that. It's very difficult to fluster me in this game. I've been playing online since the Mortal Kombat 9 days. And I played against dash canceling Cabals. You know, I played against zoning ass Kenshis. I played against the very worst of the worst. Back when, you know, games were really unbalanced and shit. I really played in these 7-3 matchups in terrible internet connection. Or terrible netcode, I should say. Because my connection was great, but the netcode of MK9 was awful. I played through all of that. I played MKX. I played MK11. This game is the tamest of all of them in terms of online shenanigans. So you're not going to be able to fluster me too much. So when you sit there and do brutalities on me like this motherfucker about to do right now, once again, that incentivizes me to whoop your ass. And so you never know who you're playing on the other side of that that connection, who's on the other side of that screen. And when you decide to do brutalities on people, you might be pissing them off, and then you might get smoked. You know, one thing about me is once I decide that I'm gonna brutality you, I'm gonna spam the same brutality so that you have to see it over and over and over and over and over again. I ain't gonna try nothing fancy. And if I don't get the brutality, I'm gonna fatality you with the exact same fatality over and over and over again. But anyway, let's talk about these matches. So, one thing I noticed about this particular player is that he was very fond of his 50-50s. A little bit too fond, if you ask me. This leads me to nugget of wisdom number 4. If you live by the 50-50, you will also die by the 50-50. I'm just trying to tell you. You know, one thing I noticed is that this guy, you know, he's using Quan Chi. Quan Chi should be all the way on the other side of the screen. He should be right there the whole match. And all he wanted to do was alternate between that sky drop and the frost ice beam, which is low. Couldn't think of the name of the move. And I'm like, my G, I understand you're getting a little bit of mix. That's very nice. But the problem is both of those options are death on block. And if I guess correctly, you'll die. And that's what happened. A lot. And I'll probably emphasize that again as we watch more matches. But, you know, playing with a bunch of 50-50s and letting that be your play style, it's an exercise in futility. Because yes, you'll be able to get victories off of people for sure. Yeah, you'll be able to, you know, scrub them out and do some last minute robbery where they didn't guess the overhead or didn't guess the low. You'll be able to do that. But against people that are even decent at the game, a lot of them are already going to know about these mix-ups. And I happen to know about Quan Chi and Frost mix-ups because I did a video on Quan Chi Frost right around Christmas time of last year. So dude tried to use my tech on me. Not to say that I came up with it, but I'm the first YouTube video, YouTube person I saw with Quan Chi and Frost going together. I'm just saying. But and even if the better players are not particularly aware of that mix-up, they're going to learn. And when they learn, they adapt. So do not rely on 50-50s, because they will, you know, they'll honor you and they'll betray you at the same time, you know. So one of the things that I really enjoy about fighting people that do this, that play like this, is I really get the chance to practice spacing and anti-airs. Oh damn, see, what did I say? I told y'all, don't be reliant on these 50-50s. More brutalities. I'm gonna do this more. You know, this situation happened because dude did one errant teleport that he didn't need to do. He could have kept it safe, but he didn't, you know. And so when you get too reliant on a 50-50, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. But anyway, you know, I actually enjoyed fighting his Raiden more than fighting the Quan Chi, because the Raiden offered more challenge and therefore, you know, offered a little bit more glory when I won. So one of the things about playing people is that not only should you be aware of their character and what that character wants to do, you have to be, you know, observant of how your particular opponent uses that character. One thing I realized right around here is that this guy is going to do his 50-50s. Another thing I realized right there is he's gonna jump. If he has his way, he's gonna do this all day, mixing me. Lows, 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 overheads, 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 lows, 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 lows. That's this dude's MO. And so I'm like, okay, how do I circumvent this? Well, I gotta play safe. I gotta mix his ass back if I can. But I don't want to be too reliant on it, because I want it to be another tool in the toolbox rather than the entire tool. You know what I'm saying? And so since I knew that he was going to jump, I wanted to exploit his tendencies. So this leads me to nugget number 5. Figure out what your opponent's tendencies are quickly and find ways to exploit them. So right there, I got reminded that, hey, this dude is gonna jump. He's going to jump. When he's at a certain range, he'll jump. And so right there, let me go back. I tested the trip guard right here. I'm like, okay, he's gonna jump when he sees, you know, space and opportunity to do so. He's gonna leap. He's not comfortable hanging back and staying away from me. This is a fatality, but it fucked up. But once I realized that, I'm like, okay, so he's going to jump. I need to put myself in situations that are going to bait him to jump, because once I do, I can get free damage. Now that was sort of a lucky situation for me, because I just neutral jumped. Ooh. Nugget of wisdom number 6. Do not use your breaker in the first goddamn round. Don't do it. It's dumb. Because that's bad meter management right there. Because if you turn around and lose the first round, you're now going to go into the second round with no meter. or maybe one bar rather than all three. Now, I violated the rule as well, but I only did that because I thought I would be able to, you know, bring it back victory-wise. Let's see if I actually did that. Nope, I'm done. So, we both broke in the first round. Bad move. I should have kept my meter even if it meant I lost. So there, I got reminded that he's gonna jump. So, I also got reminded right there that dude is gonna mix. So I'm like, okay, he gonna jump, he gonna mix. My boy is on his MKX shit. Because that's what that game teaches people to do. Jump in, mix people. So I'm like, okay. It's interesting because I'm playing the perfect character to stop players like this. Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero and his ice clone is highly frustrating for people that play in that way, where they want to jump in and they want to mix you. So what you need to do is, obviously we all can't play Sub-Zero, but what we all can do is we can lab our specific character options. What are your character's best anti-airs? What's the highest damage they can get off of an AA conversion? If their anti-airs are weak, what's their walk speed like? Because maybe you can trip guard them. Ooh. Look at that. That's what I mean. So, I want you to notice what I'm doing. I'm right here. I'm going to walk up a little bit. I walk back. Waited for him to jump. I walk back just slightly. Let me see if I can catch it again. Right here. Ooh. Having good backwards walk speed is important, because it's going to allow you to more effectively space your opponents out. Now there, I tried to do it again, but I was a little bit too close, so I got hit right in the face. I should have just did a regular anti-air at that particular range. Ooh. So, yeah, once again, I realized that my opponent is not cool being out here in that mid-screen, full-screen area. Now, that was another anti-air. Notice, I know that old boy's going to jump. And I play Sub-Zero, so right here, clone. I started to really realize how useful Ice Clone was in this matchup for me. Now that was fortuitous for him right there. Ooh. You know, so Jewel of Wisdom number 7. Make use of the things that your character has. See, as troubled as Sub-Zero happens to be, he does have really good attributes. One of those attributes is a damn good down 1. His down 1 is so good because it's 7 frames and the range on it is absurd. So he can just really poke at you from mad far. Also, his stand 2 is really, really good. Not quite at the level of Scorpion or Shao Kahn, but it's a damn good stand 2. And so, use what your character has. Don't focus so much on what they don't have and where they struggle and all this shit. I mean, yes, be aware of those things, but try to make your matches be centered around the strengths of your character. Because if you can do that, you'll have more success. mixing. So yeah, this person is just, this motherfucker's a mix god. Now that was just a late ass ice clone. I wanted to make sure that he was in the air and then did the clone on reaction. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to keep punishing him every time he jumped in some way. Whether I anti-air him directly, whether I use a clone, or whether I trip guard him, wait for him to whiff that jump in attack and do 2-1 into a full combo, you know? Now, one other thing I realized that he liked to do is he liked to up block. And I really love the up block mechanic because it really does shut down all aerial offense. But it's also got counterplay. Or I should say it also has counterplay. Because once I realized, wow, that shouldn't have went like that at all. But once I realized that someone likes to up block, empty jump ins become my best friend. Jesus. Oh, okay. Ooh, wow. I don't even know he. Oh, more trip guard again. I was keeping myself at that distance. I'm thinking he might jump. Ooh. He whiffed the jump in. Full combo for his trouble. I was very pleased at this outcome. Exceedingly pleased at this outcome. Yeah. So let me see. There was something else I wanted to impart. Maybe I'll come across it as these matches keep going. How many matches in am I? Okay. It's like second to last and then last. Okay. So, yeah, you know, once you realize how your opponent wants to play and you know how to effectively counter them, the next thing you do is you observe them closely and see if they're able to adapt. One thing about this opponent right here, he didn't really adapt his strategy much. He still pretty much tried to mix. He still was always trying to get in, no matter what. And, you know, I understand his apprehension of staying back and throwing projectiles because of the fact that I'm Sub-Zero, but, oh, here we go. Now watch this. Nugget of wisdom number 8. I think it's number 8. Do not throw the match away. And what I mean by that is, don't do something that could get your ass killed when you don't have to. Now that was a mistake. I've made that particular mistake many times with Raiden. Trying to do, you know, step back, forward 3-4. And I get a damn Superman, it sucks. But that Superman that dude did out of the corner, that was purposeful. And it was stupid. Don't do it. Don't do shit like that. Especially since he had the life lead. He didn't have to do a goddamn thing. He could have just flown away and played turtle. This leads me to nugget of wisdom number 8. If you have the life lead, don't do shit. Don't do shit. You don't have to go after your opponent. You don't have to risk nothing dumb. You don't have to overextend and commit to no crazy shit when they have less health than you. No, they have to come to you. Even if they have a good ass projectile, you can duck it and chill. See, this boy kept jumping. I don't even think he realized what was happening to him. Now that was a drop combo because the game froze right there a little bit. So I thought he was lag switching. I mean, it might have been a lag switch, but more likely it was the game having its stutter problems. But I took it personally anyway. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is why you don't brutality me. Do not do any kind of ality to me. If y'all encounter me in these MK streets, do not do alities to me. Don't do it. Because once you open that door, I'm going to keep it wide open until you leave the set. Ooh. Shit like that is why I love this game. Watch this, watch this, watch this. So I'm walking back with punish. I love this shit. So look at where I stand. Whoop. Fucked him up. Fucked him up. Because walk speeds are good, you have a much greater chance of making people with things. Like that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Okay, what did I do here? I thought he was going to shoot the chameleon. Okay. I hadn't used that a lot. But my boy is just blowing through meter. Blowing meter fast. BMF. What the fuck? Meanwhile, I'm just now about to spend some meter. Look, he done spent more meter. So this leads me to nugget of wisdom number 10. And I may have said this already, but I'm going to say it again because it's important. Manage your goddamn meter properly. You should use your meter as little as possible. So if you have a character that hits really hard and gets really good meterless damage, I'm talking about mid 30s and above, use that. Don't spend meter unless you absolutely have to. You know what I'm saying? Because the problem is, though you build meter very well in this game, a breaker takes all of your bar. And so the moment you use an EX move, you can't break nothing. See? So as I told y'all, if you live by the 50-50, you will die by the 50-50. That boy had done that damn EX storm cell too many goddamn times. And eventually, the one time I caught on was the one time it fucking counted. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my set analysis. This is fun. I like talking about the sets that I have, and you know, hopefully imparting rules of fighting games and, you know, little nuggets of wisdom here and there. Let me know what y'all think. I'll catch y'all later. 1.